So first off, tell me, can you begin by telling us what audiences can expect from The Calling?
I think they can expect a cop show and be completely surprised when they turn in and see something that we hope has a bit more depth to it and a character like they've never seen before in Avraham. And that starts with compassion. It starts with empathy. It starts with the faith that this character has in human beings and his approach to law enforcement, which we hope is something that will inspire a few more Avrahams in the world.
Awesome, very nice. And how did this series initially come to fruition, and what were your thoughts about it?
I've worked with David now for close to 10 years, and the ideas come from all different places, sometimes from individuals, magazines, as you know. We come from anywhere. And this happened to be a book that came across David's desk. And he hadn't even finished reading it when he mentioned it and said, "Hey, there's this really great character in this book who I think we've never seen before, and I want to know more about." And so that's where it started. We follow some things that are in the book in this first season. We deviate a little bit. We'll borrow a little bit. Hopefully, if we're lucky enough to get a second season. But at the end of the day, it's the character of Avi and navigating that character authentically and interestingly through our eyes and our world.
For sure. I mean, there are tons and tons of detective shows out there. What
Yeah.
exactly makes The Calling different and unique?
Well, it's Avraham. I think if you look at detectives, it's the question we asked ourselves when we began. Why is this show different from any other show? And why does it need to
Mhm.
exist? And where a detective might have slammed someone's face against an interrogation table or been corrupt, I think we look at Avraham and go, man, this guy is really trying to do his job differently. Sometimes that bites him in the ass, and maybe a different approach would have yielded better results. But at the end of the day, he's who he is almost to a fault. And I think it's interesting to watch someone navigate through this world, and especially through Janine's eyes.
Yeah.
She more or less represents the audience, or a more common person will say. But I just think we've never seen him before. And for better or for worse, it's going to be someone that you feel like you want to know more about.
Yeah, for sure. And what made Jeff and Juliana perfect for the roles of Abraham and Janine?
Well, Jeff is I've gotten the question this morning, like how long was the search to find someone who could authentically bring Avi to the screen? And it really wasn't long because Jeff walked in and it was like, oh my God,
That's
this
him.
is Avi. I mean, he's reciting prayers, and on set he would correct things that were in the script and question things that were in the script, and not just from an actor POV, but from just historical context and accuracy POV, which is always so appreciated.
Mhm.
When it came to Juliana, I think we've all seen her in Succession, seen what she can do there, but she's incredibly thoughtful, incredibly compassionate, and as her character is just eager to learn and try new things, and seeing her push the character of Avi, but also the human of Jeff to do different things and progress that relationship further has been really fun to watch.
Great. And ultimately, is there anything in particular you hope audiences take away from The Calling?
Yeah, that there are these people in any profession. There are good apples and bad apples, but there are people in lines of law enforcement that are trying to do a little bit of good at the end of the day. And we should all look at ourselves and our people around us who are different races, different religions,
Mhm.
whatever it is. Their differences should make it interesting for points of conversation rather than putting up walls between us.
Definitely. And are there any LGBTQ plus themes we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, you definitely can be. There's a few things I think. Just with Abraham's Judaism, we want these characters to feel very much inclusive and representative of what's actually in law enforcement,
Mhm.
or not just New York City and Brooklyn.
Yeah,
We don't want to portray a Brooklyn that feels like two people from Los Angeles sat behind a desk and did it. So yeah, there'll definitely be characters in that regard.
great. So there's a lot of representation there. Good, good. Well, Manta, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for your time.